Welcome to Okashun channel. This video is about the urban legend of Ponyo on a cliff by the sea. The warmth, touch and rich colors of Ponyo on a cliff by the sea make it accessible to young children, but there are many parts of the story that are puzzling. As the title says, Ponyo was depicting the afterlife. The catchphrase for this work is "I'm glad I was born." It is also a phrase that is often used in times of life crisis or near death. Let's start with a thorough explanation of why such an urban legend was born. The first reason for such an urban legend seems to have originated from the following scene. In the middle of the story, a tsunami hits the town where Sosuke lives, but the residents survive. In addition, the elderly people at the daycare service center can suddenly move their legs and breathe in the water. None of the adults think this is strange. Sosuke, on the other hand, wonders, but his mother says meaningfully, "There are many strange things happening now, but you will understand them later." It has been speculated that the reason for this line is because everyone is originally dead. Sosuke is the only one who doesn't know this yet, and Lisa may have told him this in anticipation of him growing up and realizing it. In Ghibli films, there are tunnels with various meanings, such as the tunnel connecting the world of this world, and the world of God's bathhouse in Spirited Away, and the tunnel leading to Totoro's world in My Neighbor Totoro. There is also a tunnel in Ponyo on a cliff by the sea. Because Ponyo didn't want to go through the tunnel, and because Ponyo, who was about to become a human girl, turned back into a fish, it is said that the tunnel in this movie is a tunnel that connects this world and the other world. If the tunnel is the way to the other world, we can assume that Sosuke, who went through the tunnel, is already dead. Also, there is a Zizo at the entrance of the tunnel. In Japan, Zizo is often placed at crossroads as a guardian deity to protect children. If the Zizo was placed there to save the soul of Sosuke, who died after passing through the tunnel, the relationship between the tunnel and the afterlife becomes even truer. Sosuke and Ponyo meet a family drifting in a boat. There is also a baby in the boat. And the pamphlet reveals that this family is from the Taisho era, and it is whispered that they may have been wandering around for a long time, unable to attain Buddhahood. Also, the town seems to have sunk to the bottom of the sea in a beautiful state, as if there was no tsunami. The people on the boat, who may have escaped the disaster, also look cheerful and upbeat. What is the meaning of all this? It could be that the people on the boat have already passed away, and are now crossing the Sanza River Styx as spirits. First of all, let's take a look at the words of Koichi and the captain on the ship. Koichi once arrived at the ship's graveyard. The graveyard is a place where once you reach, you cannot come back. However, Koichi came back and even said that he was saved by the goddess of mercy. Later, the ship that was swept away by the tsunami also arrived at the ship's graveyard, and the captain said, "It's the ship's graveyard. The door to the other world has been opened." The ship's captain left behind some meaningful words. In an interview, Hisaishi, who is in charge of Ghibli's music, left a meaningful comment. It was difficult to express the double structure of the film, which throws up difficult themes such as the afterlife and reincarnation, but looks like a story of a boy's adventure to children. It is unthinkable to write a song thinking about the afterlife, reincarnation, and the immortality of the soul. This is why it is said that Ponyo on a cliff by the sea is about the afterlife. If you think about the fact that there was such a deep message behind such a cute song, you may have a different perspective on it. That's it for today's video. If you like this video, please rate it highly and subscribe to my channel.